Yes, this is Richard Pelez once again trying to get somebody out there who has the power to take on organized crime because it's destroying our country. Yes, it's my daughter living just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, who's a college educated person who was brainwashed by her grandmother at 14, who believes she has a right to steal the money I worked for, even though I'm disabled, and she's taken some of the best years of my life, and doesn't seem to care. Even though I tried my best to make her life the best it can be, that I wanted her to be somebody. And her mother wanted her to be somebody, which her grandmother worked very hard to destroy. Yes, Carmen Pizarro and her goddamn family, because they are damned by God for the way they live, because we have to obey the laws, but they don't. You know, our Constitution is threatened by organized crime. I can name senators, and I have, and congressmen from coast to coast, from New York to Seattle. And I'm wondering about here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, since I haven't gotten my voter registration yet. Maybe I'll send it in for a second time and see what happens. Anyway, every place I've lived, I've been robbed because my daughter, who had a good life protected by her mother and father, and I guess the corrupt part of that family also kind of protected her. Now, they are your congressman, your so-called priest, named Dennis Rivera, who destroyed 1199. And when he knew we weren't going to vote him in again, that he had to change too many votes in order to stay president, well, he got us into SEIU. Now, that person bought non-union products. That's the kind of union man he is. He also stole part of my pension for a while, till my wife died. Then, when I moved to Seattle, he didn't give me my benefit, which was to pay for my Medicare. And 1199 administration, as corrupt as Dennis Rivera made it, and he is the person in there is continuing the same garbage. They're denying me what I earned. So yes, because of what Dennis Rivera and his family has done to me, 1199 is not a union for the hospital workers. And I am urging every hospital worker to revolt against the present administration, because you might as well say it's Dennis Rivera's ghost in there, because he's carrying on the same illegal crap. I didn't vote for the guy. I wasn't given a vote, because the last time Dennis sent me a vote, I voted against Dennis. Now, they control Social Security, and it's hard for me to prove because there isn't a politician yet who has stood up for me. Now, they know they have to go back 10 years, and they'll see Carmen Pizarro, from the grant projects made sure her family sent my Social Security to my daughter. Bank of America, especially Chase Manhattan, because she has relatives in there that stole my check and sent it on to my daughter. So at college, she had a grand time. She didn't have to work because she was getting $1,200, what I was getting at the time. Now I'm getting less than 8. Less than 9 rather. How the hell does that equivalent to the $200 they made me sign after they stole the check and forced me into Social Security? Every goddamn Social Security office I've been in, the supervisor got to be in organized crime because they continue the work of whoever is the top dog in New York who is committing this crime. And if they're not proven by making sure the person who did it is doing it is sent to court. So they have to prove that they're not guilty when I know they're guilty. Because I haven't gotten a right Social Security check since, what was it, 2007? Because Bank of America also stole a whole check in 2007, which had me late for rent, so I have paid that up. So, what are you going to do? Do you want the banks to keep stealing taxes, which many people are paying, and going to criminals like my daughter, with the banks laundering the money? So it doesn't make you disgusted? I unknowingly married into a family. My late wife didn't tell me. You know why? Because I have mentioned I don't want us to be dysfunctional. So she knows being in organized crime means being dysfunctional. So if you want our country to be dysfunctional and to become a third world nation, do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. And I challenge every politician to do something. Those who do not do anything, you know, are in the pockets of organized crime, of corruption. And it is horrible in this country, from the policeman on the beat to bankers to senators. You want people to keep sleeping out in the street? Things are getting bad. They're not getting any better. And unless we fight against organized crime, who is taking a large chunk, I estimate 1/3 of our taxes today. So if you don't want taxes to keep going up, and you want them to go down because they own a lot of property, you better make sure your politician does something. Because if you don't, you're just as guilty. And when you lose your home or money's missing from the bank because organized crime is getting too big, you'll know why. It'll be your fault for not doing anything about this.